Right now, the relationship between the United States and Iran sits in a dangerous place. On the surface, diplomacy has restarted. Behind the scenes, military tensions remain high, and one miscalculation could still change everything. So where are things really heading? Conflict, containment, or compromise? Let's break it down. In early February 2026, indirect talks between the United States and Iran resumed in Oman, focused on Iran's nuclear program. Both sides described the opening round as a good start. That wording matters, because just months ago, communication had effectively collapsed. But while talks are back on the table, trust is not. Iran maintains its nuclear program is peaceful and says discussions must stay narrowly focused on enrichment limits and inspections. The US, however, wants broader concessions, including restrictions on missiles and Iran's regional influence. That gap is still wide, and it's why diplomacy is happening in parallel with something else: deterrence. In recent weeks, US forces have shot down an Iranian drone that approached a US aircraft carrier in the region. At the same time, Iran has warned that US military buildups will not intimidate it. No one is escalating, but no one is stepping back either. This is what analysts call managed tension. One area where the tension becomes global is the Strait of Hormuz. Around 20% of the world's oil passes through this narrow waterway. In February, the US issued updated guidance to commercial shipping, warning vessels to remain cautious when transiting the strait due to regional risks. That alone was enough to move oil prices. Because markets don't wait for war, they react to risk. So what's the reality right now? There is no active war. There are ongoing talks, but there is also a constant risk of miscalculation. Both sides want leverage. Neither side wants open conflict, and that makes this moment unstable, but not inevitable. The key thing to understand is this: if talks succeed, tensions cool slowly. If talks fail, pressure doesn't explode, it tightens. More sanctions, more military posturing, more risk concentrated in one of the world's most critical regions. This isn't about headlines. It's about what happens next. This is Money Unmasked UK. Calm analysis, no hysteria. And the US-Iran story is one you should keep watching. How this affects oil, markets, and the UK one. Oil prices. Why markets react before missiles. Oil traders price risk, not outcomes. Even without conflict, shipping warnings in the Strait of Hormuz, drone incidents near US assets, threats of retaliation all add a geopolitical risk premium to oil prices. That's why crude jumped earlier this month, then eased when talks were confirmed. No war needed, just uncertainty. 2. What this means for the UK. The UK doesn't import most of its oil directly from Iran, but it doesn't matter. Oil is priced globally. So higher risk in the Gulf means higher fuel prices, pressure on transport and food costs, inflation staying stickier for longer that directly affects UK households and interest rate expectations. 3. Shipping and insurance costs. When tensions rise, insurance premiums for tankers increase, shipping routes become more expensive, costs get passed down the supply chain that feeds into everything from supermarket prices to manufacturing. 4. Financial markets. Volatility, not collapse. This isn't a 2008 style shock, but it does mean energy stocks become more volatile, defense stocks often rise, risk assets wobble on negative headlines, markets will swing on every diplomatic update, not fundamentals. 5. The real risk, an accident, not a decision. Neither Washington nor Tehran wants a war. The danger lies in drones, naval patrols, proxy groups, split-second military decisions. History shows most conflicts don't start with intent, they start with miscalculation. The bottom line right now: diplomacy is real, tensions are real, markets are nervous. This is a holding pattern, not peace and not war. And the closer things cluster around the Strait of Hormuz, the higher the stakes become for energy prices, inflation, and global stability. This is why the US-Iran relationship still matters to you, even if it feels far away.